Hi everyone, my name is Gloria. I am the NSLS president for the Weaver State chapter, and I thought this would be a great way to talk about Block Party and the elevator pitch training that we have available. That way you can watch this on your own time and review it if you need to, or of course, send me an email and ask questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the fall 2025 Block Party elevator pitch training. Today we're going to be talking about an overview of what Block Party is, depending on if you're new or you've been here for a while or you've just never attended. We're going to go over that, including the dress code when it comes to tabling for an NSLS event. We're going to go over an elevator pitch communication tool. We're going to talk about other ways that you can engage the audience and just the final tips and takeaways, especially if you're doing this for community service hours. Okay, so the overview. This is the general setup that we have. Some of it is marked off at the bottom. These were from a past event that we have. I am over there on the right-hand side. But we have a table, we have a tablecloth, we have a backdrop, which is much taller than that. And then you can see some swag on the tables and some QR codes. So that's all going to be at the table when y'all arrive. Okay, block party this year has a theme, as they always do, and this one is where everything is awesome. So Block Party is a tabling event that students can attend, and it has multiple clubs and organizations. They even bring some from our community partners that come on and just introduce themselves and give opportunities to volunteer. It's a great way, I think, at the beginning of the year to get swag from water bottles, stickers, pens, notebooks, and get introduced to campus overall. So that's how I get my school supplies for the year. Our goal as the NSLS is to encourage students to join the National Honor Society by sharing benefits and answering questions that they may have. They could have gotten letters in the mail, they could have received emails, they could be a little iffy on whether or not this is a valid honor society. So we're there to help support them in that way. As you're doing this through volunteering, you will gain leadership skills. A lot of it's going to deal with outreach and being able to communicate effectively, having interpersonal skills, but also being able to manage your time and manage a table and knowing what to give and what to explain and how to explain things better. And then, of course, you can earn community service hours. So if you don't have those and they need to be fulfilled to be an inducted member, this is a great way to do that while talking to other members about your experience. Okay, dress code is super important because it identifies us as the National Society of Leadership and Success. For executive board members, we have NSLS polos that we wear with a name tag and an executive board pin that labels us as the student leaders of the Honor Society. For NSLS members and other volunteers, it's highly recommended that you come with a black shirt and then you get an NSLS pin, which will be provided to you upon arrival. We will take those back because once you get inducted, you get them anyway. But if you wanted to join the executive board, there are those pins as well. Okay, let's get into the meat and bones of all this. The elevator pitch is something that was adapted from Mikkel Barberi, who is a professional sales professor at Weber State. I attended her workshop on elevator pitch for Wildcat Advantage, and I thought this was a great way to use those concepts and incorporate them in what we're doing. And that way you just feel more comfortable being able to talk about the NSLS and how you're connected and what it's all about. So if you don't know, an elevator pitch is a short, persuasive speech to educate or sell something or promote yourself. Our goal for this elevator pitch is just to inform. We're here to provide information. That's what we want to do. So the first thing that is highly recommended is to have a hook. And that just means you're going to define yourself as a credible person to be talking about the NSLS. Whether you are a brand new member, you've gone through induction, or you're an executive board member, you can build credibility from all of this, and really just tabling is going to help you do that. For example, as the hook, I would say, "Hi, my name's Gloria. I'm the president of the NSLS." And that builds credibility. You may be brand new and haven't done any of the steps to induction, and that's okay. That would be, "Hi, my name's Gloria. I am brand new to the NSLS, but I'm super excited to start the steps to get inducted." And then you can provide a little extra background. This background is going to provide not only context, but it's going to help connect you to the NSLS. So for me, I have been here for 2.5 years as the executive board, and I've gone through induction. I have done the advanced leadership and advanced executive certificate for the NSLS as well. You may not have all those things, and that's okay. It could be, "Hey, I have done orientation with the NSLS, and I thought it was really cool to understand the benefits I have, so I want to share that with you." And there's a variety of ways that you guys can explain this. Whatever you're most comfortable with is the way to go. Okay, and then we get into explaining the benefits. And this is something that you will have papers for. So I will attach that in the email that you should have already received. Those are going to allow you to talk about the highlights of what benefits people have. That is ranging anywhere from scholarship opportunities or having a career coach that can help you define your resume or just talk about interview skills. We have letters of recommendation. We have discounts from major companies and corporations like I think HP and Apple and those kinds of things. So there's a lot of different types of benefits, and I just recommend tailoring that to what that person is looking for if you've been able to identify that or not. The next thing is beverages. So as you're explaining these benefits, you can offer drinks or treats or food that's on the table. I recommend they take like a drink and a treat if they want, but not multiple treats, just so we can share those with people. We will also have swag. So right now we have little wristbands, some fidget spinners and stickers. Those are all available as well that they can take. And then we're going to have some type of game there that they can help participate in as well. So as you're coming to the end of having that conversation with them, or just like spilling the beans in a sense, you want to close it with something memorable. And that could be, "Hey, I look forward to seeing you at orientation. Thanks for signing up." Or, "Do you want to sign up for our social medias?" And that way you're able to see what we're doing and you can come and join us. Or it could be something you connected with, like, "Hey, I've gone through orientation, you've gone through orientation, let's go to LTD together." So anything you want to do there is totally fine. And this may not be a 60-second or 3-minute pitch to them. It could be just a conversation, but this is going to give you a good idea and a good outline of what to expect as you're communicating, so there's no like lag in conversation. If you have questions about this, or you want to do a run through or send me an email of what you think you might want to say, go ahead and do that. I am more than happy to help define or redefine what that is, make it more simple, or just to say, "Hey, great job. I think that sounds good." Okay. If the elevator pitch is totally not going how you planned, and the student is really like, I don't know, engaged, or they're not engaged, or you're like, "Oh, they're staring at me and I can see them glossing over," then stop what you're doing. These are other ways that you can engage the audience. We're going to be at a table in Shepherd Union. We're going to have our setup, and people are going to be walking by, and they're going to every once in a while look over at you. Make eye contact, smile, say hello. You can ask questions like, "Hey, are you a member? Have you heard of us before? Do you have leadership skills that you want to define or make better or enhance? How do you feel about setting goals? What types of leaders do you admire?" Just any type of question to get them engaged and to get them focused on leadership. You can invite them if they mention they like to volunteer, they're looking for options. We do host those as well. So this is really just really open for you to be able to connect with that demographic. And by demographic, I mean student. Also encourage questions like, hey, if you have questions, let me know. If you don't know, you should have an executive board member with you that can help answer it. If they don't know, write it down and get their information. And I'm more than happy to send them information or emails or connect them with a calendar or anything like that. So be prepared to be flexible in what's happening. If there's a question, like I said, that you don't know, be okay with saying, I'm not sure, or hey, that's a great question. Let me get more information to you. I'll shoot you an email later, or I'll have someone email you. And then offer them to play the game. Like, hey, I see you're passing by. I know you're checking out that tic-tac-toe game. Do you want to play? Like, let's play together. Let's have some fun. And then take these benefit sheets and see what you can get out of this. Sweet. Okay, that may have went kind of fast for you. I do talk fast sometimes, but again, if you have any questions or you want clarification, let me know and I can help do that. These are just some tips and takeaways. First, familiarize yourself with the benefits for the NSLS. You want to be the expert when you're tabling to have conversations around these topics. So, like I said, you'll be provided with a form that's available at the table that has all the, I would say, bigger benefits that students typically look for, that would be helpful. There are more online that you can go through and examine. You can come not even reviewing it and review it when you get there. I would just say do something to prepare yourself to have these conversations. If you are like a little more shy and it's kind of hard for you to like say, hey, when someone's walking by, that's okay. Like you can wave. You can just like make eye contact, wave, say, hey, do you want to play? Do you want a snack? Um, but the most important thing really is to have fun. We're there to represent the NSLS, but we're also there to enjoy the student community and the other people who are participating with Block Party because everybody's going to be there. I also encourage you to go and look at all the other booths and see what they're doing and see what's out there. And if you're like me and gather all your school supplies at Block Party, then feel free to do that or get a bag or just engage yourself with that community. And then while you're there, like I mentioned, we're going to have drinks and snacks. So feel free to take something. That way, if you are in the morning and you need breakfast, I got you. If you're starting to leave, but it's lunchtime and you need a snack to hold you over till you get home and get lunch, take something. This is for you as much as it is for other students. If you're interested in taking like a bracelet or a fidget spinner, or you want a sticker for a notebook or a water bottle, feel free to take that as well. Okay, the last thing, not the last thing. I would highly recommend practicing your elevator pitch before the event. I am very good at not practicing things. Like this presentation is not practiced. It might not be super great, but what I can tell you is I've had a lot of experience doing this. If you've never done an elevator pitch before or you're not super familiar with the NSLS because you haven't completed induction, this is a way for you to practice in advance. And it's super short. So, for example, for me, I would say, hey, my name's Gloria. I'm the president of the NSLS. I have been here for 2 years helping plan and executing all the things that we do, and I want to invite you to learn about the benefits. We have scholarship opportunities and ways that you can get involved with a career coach if you need it. We also have snacks on the table, and we'd love to have you look at our social media or go over here and play a game with some of our executive board members and other members who are helping today. And that's really all. It's really quick, really simple if the student doesn't know what to say. Okay, last big thing. If you are doing this for community service, I will have papers there that outline the hours, who you're working with, and the I guess category, like what are you doing? We can sign those papers there. If you're not doing a full 3 hours, then I would recommend you keep that paper in case you volunteer at a later time so you have proof. After we sign that form and you get it all filled out, just email it over to me and we can get that credit for you for the 3 hours that you participated. Again, if you haven't done all 3 hours, that's okay, but keep track of that with that form. You can send it over to me for my records, but I highly recommend you keep track of that because we have over 3,000 members and I don't want to get something mixed up and not be able to find your proof for you. So grab that paper while you're there, get it filled out at the end, have someone sign it, and then get it over to me and keep it for your records. You will see that reflected as completed as soon as the 3 hours have been done. Okay, I feel like this was a lot of information and that's okay. I will send out the email that shows the benefits paper we're going to be using, the community service form in case you're a digital person and you'd rather do it that way, and the location of the table inside Shepherd Union. I don't usually follow up with you about when you're going to arrive and when you're leaving. I expect you to just kind of be responsible for that. I also have many different positions that I hold, so I may not be at the table all the time, but I will probably check in just to see how everything's going. But if you need anything in the meantime, like I said, shoot me an email and I will respond as soon as I can. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see you at Block Party.